What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 7 Millionaire Maker. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. Okay guys, this is for the Millionaire Maker slate, which is the Sunday main slate at 1 p.m. Oh, and stick around to the very end of this video. After I show you all my picks in the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll show you these players in DraftKings and in FanDuel, the Millionaire Maker slates. There'll be 2 spots open that you have to fill in, but you'll have a great Millionaire Maker core. Okay guys, this is my Millionaire Maker quarterback for NFL, DraftKings, and FanDuel Week 7. So I was thinking about Kyler Murray, I was thinking about Josh Allen. I like that those guys have lower ownership. They've got great matchups, but I'm a little concerned about their competition. I want my quarterback to be in a battle all the way through the fourth quarter. So that's why I like Russell Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks playing the Baltimore Ravens, who have the 16th worst defense overall, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing quarterbacks. Russell Wilson is averaging 27 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 29 fantasy points last week. He gets an average of 6 rush attempts per game, but that's been up recently. He's rushed 8 and then 9 times in the last 2 games. He's going to be about 11% owned. He's projected at 21.5 fantasy points here in Week 7. He's $6,600 DraftKings salary and $1,900 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 50.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Seattle Seahawks ahead by 3.5. So this is a high-scoring game total, a competitive game. I think this is a great quarterback matchup between Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. They're both going to want to outdo the other. Both of them are in good spots here, but I'm going to take Russell Wilson at home. That Seattle Seahawks stadium is a huge advantage, and they're both clocking in about 10-11% ownership. They've both been playing really well recently and are averaging about the same fantasy points per game. So you could go either way with those guys, but I'm going to go with the home favorite here. So I like Russell Wilson here versus the Baltimore Ravens. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, FanDuel and DraftKings, Week 7. This is my Millionaire Maker running back. I'm going to pay up here and I'm going to eat the chalk. I like Dalvin Cook from the Minnesota Vikings playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 11th worst defense overall, and they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Dalvin Cook has averaged 24.9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he only scored 13 fantasy points last game. So this is a great bounce back spot for him this week versus a weak rush defense. He rushes the ball an average of 18 times per game and gets 4.3 pass targets per game. He's going to be about 21% owned. He's on the field for 68% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 51% of that time. He's projected at 19.9 fantasy points here in Week 7. He's $8,000 DraftKings salary and $300 more on FanDuel. So he's only a couple hundred more than David Johnson here on DraftKings. The squeaky wheels got oiled the last 2 weeks. First it was Adam Thielen, then it was Stephon Diggs. I think it's going to be Dalvin Cook this week. He's got a great matchup versus a weak Detroit run defense. Vegas thinks there's going to be 44 points scored in this game, and they've got the Detroit Lions only ahead by 1. So a competitive game, a game where I think there's going to be a lot of passes on either side, extending the length of the game, giving Dalvin Cook a lot of opportunities to bust a long run for a touchdown. I think he gets it going this week. So I like Dalvin Cook here versus the Detroit Lions. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy football videos every day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy football content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Okay, this is my Millionaire Maker wide receiver for FanDuel and DraftKings Week 7. So I like Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks playing the Baltimore Ravens, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. If you're going to be playing Russell Wilson, why not pair him up with Tyler Lockett? Lockett is averaging 16.8 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 13 fantasy points last week. He's averaging 6.8 targets per game. He's going to be about 22% owned. So he's going to be one of the highest owned wide receivers this week, along with Cooper Kupp. Tyler Lockett is on the field for 94% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 11% of that time. He's projected at 15.2 fantasy points here in Week 7. He's $6,600 DraftKings salary and $100 less on FanDuel. This is a home game for Tyler Lockett. We've got that big 50.5 point game total, a close game within a field goal. The Seattle Seahawks favored by 3.5. This has got a nice feel to this game. I've just got a good feeling about this game that it's going to have a lot of good fantasy value on both sides of the ball. I think the home field advantage plays a big role in this game, so I like Tyler Lockett here versus the Baltimore Ravens. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, MLB is still going, NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, NFL, Week 7, DraftKings and FanDuel, Millionaire Maker, tight end. This is one of my favorite plays of the slate this week. I'm not sure why this guy's ownership isn't higher. I like Hunter Henry from the LA Chargers playing the Tennessee Titans, who have the 7th best defense overall, but they give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. So they're not good versus the tight end position. Hunter Henry just got back from injury. He put up 33 fantasy points last game off of 9 pass targets. He's averaging 21.5 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's averaging 7 pass targets per game. He's only going to be about 5% owned. He's on the field for 73% of the snaps, and he touches the ball 14% of that time. So that's monster usage for the tight end position. Hunter Henry is projected at 12.2 fantasy points here in Week 7, and he's only $4,000 DraftKings salary. He's $1,700 more on FanDuel. So I love that DraftKings price. Vegas thinks there's going to be 40.5 points scored in this game, and they've got the Tennessee Titans favored by 2. So the Chargers could be trailing in this game, needing to pass the ball. And Hunter Henry is back, guys. No worry about that injury. 9 targets and 33 fantasy points will put the injury concerns to bed. So I like Hunter Henry here versus the Tennessee Titans. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content. Okay guys, here we are in the DraftKings lineup optimizer over here on Draft Dashboard. We've got the main slate selected and we have our Millionaire Maker picks locked in. We've got Russell Wilson, Dalvin Cook, Tyler Lockett, and Hunter Henry locked into the lineup optimizer. So those players are going to be used in all the lineups that it generates. So you can cycle through lineups until you see something that you like, and then you can tweak it from there. So I like this lineup right here. We've got Russell Wilson, Dalvin Cook, Josh Jacobs, Tyler Lockett, Robert Woods, Golden Tate, Hunter Henry, Larry Fitzgerald, and the Colts defense. Now this lineup is using all of our salary. So let's see if we can make a pivot off of the flex position that will make our lineup unique by leaving a little salary on the table. I like to play a running back in my flex position, and we're playing the Colts defense, so why don't we put Marlon Mack here in the flex spot? He's got big upside, and he's been real productive for the Colts this year. So you can see the projected ownership of each player right here in the lineup optimizer, so you can see where your risks are. So Josh Jacobs, he's going to make our lineup unique. He's only going to come in around 4% owned. So if he goes off like he does last week, this lineup should do pretty well. And then Golden Tate from the New York Giants, he's only about 5% owned. And I think the ownership on Hunter Henry is going to come up throughout the week, but he should still be under-owned because of the other stars at the position like Austin Hooper. So I like this lineup, guys. Leaving a little salary on the table, we've got a nice core of high ownership players with some low ownership players sprinkled in to make it a nice GPP lineup. This is good for your Millionaire Maker and all those big tournaments that have thousands of entries in there. Those are high risk, high reward tournaments, guys. They're not easy to cash in. So if you're playing those tournaments, expect to be losing a little money every week unless you hit a big win. If you want to make consistent money on your bankroll, you should be playing the 50-50s, the double ups, the 3-man, 10-man max tournaments. There's a lot of other options out there for tournaments to help build your bankroll instead of going for the home run in the Millionaire Maker. We're going to post more information about that here on Draft Dashboard, so if you're not sure what tournament to play, come on in and check out the news. Okay, now here we are in the FanDuel lineup optimizer over here on Draft Dashboard. We've got our Millionaire Maker core locked in. We got Russell Wilson, Dalvin Cook, Tyler Lockett, and Hunter Henry locked into this lineup optimizer. So every lineup we generate, it's going to use those players. So I like this lineup, guys. We got Russell Wilson, Dalvin Cook, Chris Carson, Tyler Lockett, John Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, Hunter Henry, David Johnson, and the Tennessee Titans defense. Now, even though Larry Fitzgerald and David Johnson, they're both going to be high owned here. They're both projected to do really well in this game, but I don't want to stack those two players. So let's see if we can upgrade David Johnson in the flex spot. Let's see who we have available for the salary we have left. Let's change it up for this lineup, and let's go with a wide receiver in the flex spot. Wide receivers tend to have a little bit more upside, but they rely on those long touchdown passes to earn most of their fantasy points. Less targets than the rushing backs have rushes. Less chances to score, but they're big plays when they do. So let's put in Kenny Golladay, who looks pretty good with Matthew Stafford in the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford is passing the ball downfield. Kenny Golladay should be able to haul in a couple of those long bomb passes this week. Okay, now let's upgrade our defense. Okay, so I noticed we got Russell Wilson, Chris Carson, and Tyler Lockett all from the same team. That's a 3-man stack. So I'm going to make a change here. I'm going to move Chris Carson to Josh Jacobs. You guys can see that I think Josh Jacobs is an excellent tournament play this week. But now that we've done that, I don't want to roll the dice with the Green Bay Packers defense, because if Josh Jacobs has a good game, chances are that the Packers defense is not having a good game. So let's upgrade the defense to the Buffalo Bills. Great spot versus the Miami Dolphins. So I was playing with the lineups here, guys, so that you could see how you upgrade players, how you can change the players at any position, and it shows you who you can upgrade to, what your remaining salary is, you can lock players, and most importantly, you can see the projected ownership. There's a lot of features in the Draft Dashboard tools. So we've got Russell Wilson, Dalvin Cook, Josh Jacobs, Tyler Lockett, John Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, Hunter Henry, Kenny Golladay, and the Buffalo Bills defense. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Do you want more fantasy football picks? Check out the video linked right in the middle of the screen. If you got any value from this video, please tap that subscribe button before you get out of here and ring that bell notification so you won't miss our daily fantasy football uploads. We're putting out new videos every day, so I don't want you guys to miss any of our free content.